Astrologer, elevate your tank in the channel, speak about astrology, spirituality, and philosophy. And in this video, we're going to be speaking about what happened when Saturn is in the sign of Scorpio in your chart, or you know somebody who have displacement. Well, let's speak about what Saturn is. Saturn is how you see your reality. Saturn is your working potential. Saturn represents your work ethics. How strong and how organized, how persistent, how disciplined are you as a person? Saturn in general represents reality. So it shows a lot of hardship. It shows you what life is about. It shows you that we as humans, we're not going to live forever. We are limited in this life. That's Saturn reality. Saturn shows you your skills. If you pay attention at your Saturn, it will show you what you're good at, your potential. What will you succeed in this life through? In what work or field will you succeed? That is shown by Saturn in the sign placement. Saturn represents your limit. Let's say you're very talented at playing basketball, and then you want to transition to, let's say, hockey or football or basketball. No, that's not your reality. You're doing something that you're probably not good at. But if you stay doing basketball, you stay persistent, you will succeed. See, that's what Saturn shows you. It shows you your limitation. It shows you your reality. And it shows you where you invest your time in. Where you put your time in. Your view on reality is seen by Saturn. Saturn is time. And manifestation is older people. Any elderly that you come across with is representation of your Saturn. Saturn represents your karma as well. Saturn is very, very powerful in showing you the level of success in your career that you will have. A well-placed Saturn shows a very good progression in career. Now, what is Scorpio? Scorpio is the most intense sign. It's a dark sign. It's about ups and downs. It's about transformation. It's ruled by Mars, so it has energy. But this energy is different than its original multiple sign, which is Aries. In Scorpio, Saturn becomes more edgy, more dark, more secretive. And the symbol is a scorpion. And Scorpio originally falls in the 8th house. And the 8th house is about occult knowledge, like astrology, tarot cards, palm reading, mysticism, magic, everything that's hidden from the world, everything that usually people don't talk about is Scorpio. It's very secretive, sexual sign, and passionate, because it's Mars energy, and the 8th house is sex. It's about sexual activity. Scorpio also has that. It's about sexual, passionate, intense feelings, because it's a water sign. Now, if you put Saturn in the sign of Scorpio, what happens is a person's work ethics will become very extreme. So whatever they have a passion to, they will become extremely hardworking towards that, and intense. And because Scorpio represents sudden change, Saturn is a very persistent, organized planet. They do not like changes. They rather do the same process throughout the day, and they become very workaholics. These people will become like, when they're working, they will give them their all to the point where they feel exhausted. And because Scorpio represents death as well, it shows that this person will work their life off until they're bleeding. And I'm just saying that as a representation of how hard they will work. And if someone tries to bring change into what they're doing, try to bring change into reality, their reality, because Saturn represents how you see reality, they try to bring some sort of change, they will come act them like a scorpion. Because no matter what, Saturn now is acting like a scorpion, is acting secretive, is acting intense. And even though it's in the sign of transformation, they do not like transformation, especially in their career. They want that stableness, that stableness. But even though they want that, it's still going to change. Reality for them is going to change. And it's every time something changes in their career, they become a different person, or they get to know themselves deeper. This also brings a long interest in occult knowledge, because Saturn is time and it's a very slow moving planet, especially if it's in the birth chart. Throughout time, especially as you reach your second half of life, like past, let's say 35 or 30, you will become greatly interested in astrology, occult knowledge, tarot cards, palm reading, magic, everything that's hidden from the world. You will be interested. And because Saturn represents your work, what kind of work will you do, where you invest your time in, because you're so interested in these topics, you might become an astrologer, or you might be someone in the mystical field, in the psychic field. You will be greatly interested in the hidden knowledge of the world, knowledge that people usually don't speak about. That will be your interest, and that's where you could succeed if you follow it. If you follow your calling, if you follow Saturn and what it's asking you to do. Saturn makes a person, because Saturn is how you see reality. Anytime a planet sits in Scorpio, they become sexual. They become sexual. So these people, they love sexual activity. They crave sexual activity. They give. Generally, you will feel their sexual energy. Anytime a person has Scorpion in their chart, they will be sexually aroused. Especially at work, they will attract a lot of scenarios where people are throwing sexual energy at them and they're throwing it back. It's just the way it is. But Saturn in Scorpio can make a person into a detective field, a secretive field, a person who is like undercover all the time. That's what could bring out from this placement. Either an occult person or someone in the background, like a detective, the FBI, someone very sneaky. Or it could bring a military person with the right placement of Mars. You need to see where Mars is placed to look exactly what kind of field would this person go into, because now Saturn is in the sign of Mars. So you need to exactly know, okay, this person is becoming very intense in their work, but what kind of work will be shown with the placement of Mars? And the house placement is also very important. Okay, thank you for watching Astrologer. Elevate your thinking. The channel speak about astrology, spirituality, and philosophy. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe for much more videos. You're the best. Take care.